Tonight on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, some lawmakers push back against proposed rules for medical marijuana.
Plus a warning tonight about a new phone scam and who to contact if you're targeted.
And our top story tonight, jury selection begins in the Rayshawn Moore murder trial. The 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 begins right now.
Now, your primetime local news leader. Fox 22, News at 10.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm J.R. Mitchell. Thank you for joining us. Well, first tonight, today, jury selection began in the Rayshawn Moore murder trial at the Penobscot Judicial Center.
24-year-old Rayshawn Moore of Bangor is on trial for the murder of 25-year-old Demetrius Snow of Bangor. Prosecutors allege Moore stabbed Snow to death in the parking lot of Bangor's half-acre nightclub. Snow allegedly was stabbed during a fight in February 2020 and later died at a local hospital. Moore pleaded not guilty in March.
This is a case where Mr. Moore has said all along that he was not the one that caused Mr. Snow's death, and we plan at trial to show that while Mr. Moore was involved in the fight, he was not the one that stabbed and killed Demetrius Snow.
Well, according to a notice from the court, they expect the trial to start immediately after the final 12 regular jurors and 2 alternates are seated and sworn in on Monday.
Meanwhile, Maine's Attorney General says 2 police officers were justified when they shot and wounded a Medford man in April of 2019. The report released today by Attorney General Aaron Fry says both law enforcement officers believed they would have been shot by Douglas Hazen if they hadn't shot him. According to the report, they repeatedly ordered Hazen to drop his weapon. The incident began when Hazen failed to stop for Penobscot County Sheriff Chief Deputy Todd Lyford, who attempted to stop him due to an expired motor vehicle registration. The AG's report states Milo Police Chief Damian Pickle joined Lyford and eventually confronted Hazen at his Partridge Lane home. According to the report, Pickle discharged his taser at Hazen, who was not affected by it. So he and Lyford then fired several shots. Hazen was shot in his face, chest, and stomach. Now, the report says Hazen was taken to the hospital and was arrested after his release in September of 2019. Hazen pled no contest to several criminal charges connected with those shootings. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison.
Well, tomorrow marks the 20th anniversary of the National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, and our Sierra Jordan tells us why this initiative is as important as ever.
According to the Drug Enforcement Administration, majority of prescription drugs are often obtained through a family member or a friend coming through their own medicine cabinet. This can often lead to drug addiction or overdoses. That is why the DEA came up with National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day.
We do them biannually, so this is the springtime take-back. Last year we weren't able to do it during the spring because of COVID.
Better says National Drug Take-Back Day happens in April and October. According to the DEA, 9.7 million Americans misuse prescription drugs. Bangor Public Health Specialist Brianna Bryant says people need to get rid of unused and expired medicines.
Getting a hold of prescription medications that do not belong to them and misusing them. So if we can take that option away, the likelihood of misuse is going to decrease tremendously. If it's not out, it's not available to be misused.
As of last October, the DEA reported the state of Maine has collected 40,110 pounds of unwanted prescription drugs.
The last fall's collection that Maine led the way as far as collection of medication.
Unwanted medications aren't the only thing being collected.
We also have a document shredding services available here. But that's just today till 1 o'clock, and they will not be here tomorrow.
Ellis says this event is completely anonymous. The drop-off truck in Bangor is at the airport mall. Check with your local police department for the nearest drug disposal location.
In Bangor, I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Well, there is a new phone scam circulating, and those involved claim to be from the Internal Revenue Service. Maine Attorney General Aaron Fry and Securities Administrator Judith Shaw are warning people across New England on these calls. The scammers will use a scare tactic, telling them that because they invested in binary options, they're now an accessory to an international drug smuggling ring.
And one of the reasons these types of scams can be successful is because the scam artist is trying to trigger our emotions. They actually have a word for it. They call it getting us into the ether. That if they can get us out of our heads and into our hearts, we're much more willing to take risk.
Shaw says if you receive a call from the scammers, hang up immediately. You're also encouraged to call local law enforcement or the Attorney General's office if you have any questions or concerns.
Well, the CDC is reporting 371 new cases of the coronavirus in Maine. The new cases bring the statewide total since March of 2020 to 59,239. 2 new deaths have been reported, including a woman from Kennebec County. That brings the statewide death toll to 771. As of Thursday, 119 people were hospitalized due to COVID-19. Meanwhile, between first and second doses, nearly 1,058,000 vaccinations have been administered. For more information, you can visit the Maine CDC website.
Well, lawmakers are considering a controversial bill which would make paying union dues optional and not a requirement. Those in favor say they want Maine law to reflect what the Supreme Court has ruled in the case of Janus v. American of Federation State, County, and Municipal Employees.
In the ruling, the court said that you cannot be required to pay not only agency fees, but any other type of payment to a public sector union without affirmatively consenting to pay.
However, some argued the language in the bill contradicts what the court expressly stated. The bill has a long way to go before becoming law. It's expected to be reviewed over the next few weeks.
Well, as more medical marijuana policies are being introduced, legislators are bringing forth bills to combat those rules. David Horwitz explains.
Back in 1999, the state legalized the use of medical marijuana. Policymakers say Mainers have benefited since it was implemented over 2 decades ago. However, some argue the proposed cost of new rules from the state could be crippling.
The alternative? Consumers will find their way to black market pathways that are more unregulated and riskier. This is not what we want for our residents.
The sponsor of the bill says the prices of these requirements are outrageous.
They are required to install a sophisticated 24/7 security system in just about every corner of the facility, estimated to cost up to or about $25,000 initially for an average size grow space.
Williams says if the state proposes new rules, the legislature should have the final say.
To be permissible only to provisionally adopt those rules and then subject them to legislative review.
Some feel strongly that the Office of Marijuana Policy should have the last word.
And you really want to become a committee which is reviewing medical marijuana regulations every time there's a proposed change. I think that's, to me, in a good government situation, that's an administrative job.
Others provided clarity on the proposal.
And there is no camera or security requirement within the dwelling unit of a home-based caregiver.
She said they are willing to consider further exceptions to the rules. The proposal will be discussed more in depth at an upcoming work session. I'm David Horwitz, reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Well, high school students that are getting ready to begin higher education and those already attending can apply for financial aid through the FAFSA application, but the deadline is approaching quickly. Just May 1st is the deadline. A spokesperson for FAFSA, or Free Application for Federal Student Aid, and Sally May says that everyone should be applying. You'll need your W-2 statement, a driver's license, and social security number. According to spokesperson Ashley Bushy, she says not as many families have been applying as in previous years, and that's concerning.
It means that many families are leaving potentially thousands of dollars for college on the table and paying more for college than they have to.
Bushy says Sally May has teamed up with Embark to help make it easier for people to file for their financial aid. Process takes just 20 minutes to complete. Again, that deadline fast approaching. For financial aid, it's coming up on May 1st. I believe May 1st just around the corner, and they say April showers bring May flowers.
So I guess the May flowers are hopefully around the corner as well, if we're not seeing them already.
Hopefully the May flowers are around the corner. We've already, a lot of flowers are already started. It is trees and flowers and lawns have already started to make their presence felt, especially if you have allergies. You know that. So.
Fantastic.
Right.
Yes. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and turn things over to our Jeff Weller and take a first look at that forecast. Jeff.
All right, Beth, thank you. Happy Friday. Your first forecast brought to you by Goose River Farm Meat Store. And all right, temperature-wise today, not bad, but it gets good. Tomorrow, we'll have high temperatures back in the 60s for much of the area. But today, 55 in Bangor, 54 Bar Harbor was comfortably cool with some clouds this morning and some sun before it set earlier today. All right, so out there now, the clouds are pulling away as we speak and lots of clear skies across the area as we speak. That'll be our weather for tomorrow, so plenty of sunshine for tomorrow, but then we have issues coming our way for Sunday to Monday with more rain showers back in the forecast, but who cares for now? Clear skies tonight, clear skies tomorrow, lots of sunshine with temperatures back up in the 60s. For tonight, though, mostly clear skies, not as cool with low temperatures down near 45. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
Pretty nice and mild overnight with that nice destination sunshine at 6 o'clock in the morning when no doubt both of us will already be up. So
yes, taking care of our four-legged friends or
yeah.
the 12 legs of the four cats that I have to deal with.
Yes. And my very rambunctious dog.
Oh, yes. Well, still to come on the Fox 22 News at 10, a local woman creating a program that makes virtual meetings easier.
And as Mainers receive their vaccinations, many are looking to return to work. Those stories and more local news when we return.
Behold, the mighty raindrop. Packed with potential, this tiny drop is headed for northern Quebec. Once there, it'll pass through a series of turbines, creating hydroelectricity. A mere half-inch of rain in the La Grande reservoirs can produce enough clean energy to power every home in Maine for 6 months. All thanks to this little raindrop. Learn more at cleanenergyforme.com.
The world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available in the GMC Sierra. Current eligible GMC lessees can get this low-mileage lease on this 2021 Sierra Double Cab SLE for around $279 per month.
Hey, we got to come up with a new television commercial for Eppie's Pizza in Bar Harbor.
Oh, I love their food. We should show pictures of their delicious sandwiches.
Yeah, maybe the guy spinning the pizza?
You think Des and Mick will want to be in it?
Probably not. Just some more shots of the food.
We've got to get a shot of their cookies.
Oh, and their award-winning whoopie pies.
We can add subliminal messages going, real good food.
We'll put in a shot of the sign on Conde Street, too.
Mention they're open from 11 to 3.
What do you think?
I'm sure we can come up with something.
It's a wish list on wheels. A choice that requires no explanation. It's where safe and daring seamlessly intersect. It's understated, yet over-delivers. It is truly the Mercedes-Benz of sports sedans. Lease the 2021 C300 sedan for just $449 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer.
We know your life is busy. You have a lot to do. And like you, the news doesn't stop. So when you are ready for us, we'll be ready for you. FoxBangor.com.
I am a driver with a dream. And part of that dream is making all the doubters believe that my name belongs here. I am the NASCAR Xfinity Series. I am NASCAR.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, something nearly everyone can relate to this past year, Zoom fatigue. Definitely true on our end. In any case, Blair Best shows us how a local woman has created an online program to make virtual meetings easier.
Zoom meetings are here to stay, in some form or another.
As a professional team designer and presentation coach, Kimberly Dakin is used to working with people face-to-face.
Which is key for my work. And I know it's key for a lot of people.
But once the pandemic hit, all her work went online.
So suddenly, all my professional engagements are in Zoom.
She quickly realized engagement during virtual meetings was suffering.
Such a thing as Zoom fatigue came up. People who had 3, 4, 5 meetings online were experiencing physical and mental difficulty.
So she partnered with a Waterville tech studio to create Nugget.
Nugget is a tool that runs in the background of your virtual meeting.
Hi Blair, how are you today?
If you hear something interesting or that you want to go back to, you can make a mark. And once the meeting is over, the program will transcribe it, creating notes of what you thought was important and making it easier for you to focus on your coworkers.
Well, it's really hard to pay attention and take notes at the same time in Zoom meetings.
Nick Rimza, who helps with design and development, says he uses the program every day.
If someone misses information during a Zoom meeting, it might cost them a customer, which means it costs them money.
The tool, which Dakin and her team launched several weeks ago, is now gaining popularity all across New England.
I think Nugget's going to be super helpful during pandemic, post-pandemic, and onward.
If you need your meeting to really produce decisions, to produce safe space for people to generate new ideas and brainstorm, those are the kinds of meetings that interest me. And that's the kind of tool that I would like Nugget to be.
Best reporting. With more than 300,000 Mainers getting at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, thousands are now out looking for work. Many companies are looking to fill multiple job openings. Brad Rogers takes a closer look at those hiring and those who are looking for work.
The pandemic is what really affected me.
Like thousands of Mainers, Richard Brochu got laid off when the pandemic hit.
They had to let me go because they couldn't keep everybody.
As he looked for a job, this father of 3 found he didn't have what many companies are looking for most.
They're looking for a lot of experience.
His wife was the one who told him about the BIW job fair at Funtown.
We have relocation programs, referral bonuses in play, so we've got a lot of incentives.
The shipbuilder is looking to hire 2,000 people. They've already hired hundreds, but there's a lot of competition out there.
It's difficult no matter where you go in the state or even into New Hampshire. It's a hard market right now. There's a lot of people hiring.
Fortunately, there's also a lot of people looking for work right now.
We have 36,000 registered job seekers.
The key for these career centers is finding job seekers a good fit.
Our customer base is both Maine employers and Maine job seekers, and bridging the gap so the two can meet. And that's our primary goal here at the career centers.
They do 4 10-hour shifts.
There are 11 openings at the stove manufacturer Yodel in Gorham after Michael Barrett recently took a job in research and development.
It's interesting. I'm learning a lot more than I thought I would.
The engineering student took time off school to get hands-on experience.
It seemed like the best place to move forward. Everyone's actually excited about going to work.
Like many companies hiring, Yodel increased pay and is now offering $2,000 signing bonuses to fill those jobs.
Right now, it's a job seekers market, and we're competing with all of the other companies for talent. They can pick what they want, and it makes it challenging.
And that was Brad Rogers reporting. A group in South Portland says the oil tanks in the city are making them sick. They held a rally today to push for tougher restrictions on the fumes that come out of those tanks. They say there are 120 above-ground oil tanks in the city, with some near schools and homes. The group wants lawmakers to pass a bill requiring testing, monitoring, and emissions controls on all tanks in Maine.
A lot of people have been noticing the fumes coming from those tanks are bothering them and making them feel not very good, headaches and sore throats, and so we feel it's time to take action.
Organizers say more than 1,000 kids go to school near the tanks.
And still to come on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, President Biden prepares a second phase of his massive tax and spend agenda. Latest from Washington.
And experts believe children who have been kept out of the classroom because of the COVID-19 pandemic have suffered significant damage to their education. Those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
President Biden's political machine is setting its sights on Maine.
calling for a ban on commonly owned firearms and magazines.
Bingo. They should be illegal, period.
And Biden nominated radical gun control activist David Chipman to lead the ATF. But Senators Collins and King can stop him. Contact Susan Collins and Angus King today and tell them to vote against Chipman's nomination and reject President Biden's extreme gun control agenda.
You're ready to take on New England in the new generation Ford Escape and Explorer. Chilly mornings? You've got remote start and heated front seats. Challenging traffic? Standard Ford Copilot 360 technology is ready with an assist for added confidence while you stay connected, and your Wi-Fi hotspot redefines working from home. Hurry in to lease Ford Escape for as low as $179 a month, or buy Escape with 0% for 60 months plus up to $2,000 cash.
Napa knows every job deserves quality tools. With 27 locations in Maine, Coastal Auto Parts is your newest destination for quality Milwaukee tools. And there's no job too big or small for Milwaukee's outdoor power equipment. From trimmers and blowers to pole and chainsaws, Milwaukee's battery-operated high-output tools will make your spring cleanup easier than ever. While you're here, sign up for Napa Rewards. You'll save more each time you shop. Stop by one of our locations today to learn more. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Did you know diamonds are April's birthstone? It's true, and Quality Jewelers in Bangor is celebrating with 30% off any diamond purchase. Diamond rings, bracelets, earrings, anything with a diamond is 30% off this month only at Quality Jewelers. We have a huge selection of diamond jewelry to choose from, and our service after the sale is second to none. So if you've been thinking of purchasing a diamond for that special someone, now's the time to do it. Quality Jewelers, Penobscot Plaza, Bangor.
Imagine waking up after a great night's sleep on your new mattress to find out the Red Sox just pitched a no-hitter and your mattress is now free. It could happen. Buy a mattress or anything at Jordan's now. And if the Sox pitch a no-hitter starting August 3rd, everything you bought will be free. And you still get 60 months, no interest, no minimum, and no deposit. But equal payments are required. But you have to buy now. Don't miss it.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back, everybody. The president preparing a second phase of his massive tax and spend agenda. The potential price tag, $1.5 trillion on top of the $2 trillion already being proposed. That is leading the question about how the president plans to pay for all of it. Fox's Mike Emanuel has more from the White House.
When we invest in climate resilience and infrastructure, we create opportunities for everyone. That's the heart of my jobs plan that I proposed here in the United States.
The president's $2.3 trillion tax and spending plan is still being argued over on Capitol Hill. Phase 2 is on the way, with a potential price tag of another $1.5 trillion for what the White House is calling its American Families Plan, to be laid out at next Wednesday's joint session of Congress. There is pressure from the left, with progressive lawmakers calling on the administration to spend at least $700 billion on universal child care. Quote, "We believe this is a generational opportunity to invest in affordable, quality care for all children who need it, and we urge you not to let it go to waste." One potential way to pay for the massive spending plan is raising taxes on higher income earners. And Republicans are concerned.
If they want to do home health aides and expand Medicaid and raise your taxes and all the things that the president wants to do, if they want to do that with a 50-vote threshold in reconciliation, they can do that. I can't stop that.
The Tax Foundation notes under the president's proposal, 15 states and the District of Columbia would have a top combined capital gains tax rate above 50%, with California, New York, and New Jersey more than 54%.
He has some lines in the sand we've talked about, including not having the American people pay for it, or it not being on the backs of the American people. It relates to the capital gains rates and the top margins that you've seen reported out there.
After a White House Zoom climate summit with world leaders such as Russia and China, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell says the multiple trillions in spending, including the White House climate plan, would hurt GDP, investment, and wages.
It almost takes talent to craft something that completely disastrous. So this is quite a 1-2 punch. Toothless requests of our foreign adversaries and maximum pain for American citizens.
On negative reaction from Wall Street to the proposed tax hikes, Psaki wouldn't engage.
I've been doing this long enough not to comment on movements in the stock market, but I did see just data factually that it went back up this morning.
Many details of the president's climate and next spending proposal are not yet public. Aides wanting to allow the president to make a big splash during his primetime address next week. At the White House, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
Meanwhile, there is growing concern about the long-term effects of the coronavirus pandemic on students. Many experts believe children who have been kept out of the classroom have suffered significant damage to their education. Fox's Lauren Engel is in New York tonight with that story.
What else did we have?
This last year has been difficult for kids. Several studies show that many students are now a year or more behind in math and reading.
In a year when there's been so much uncertainty and so much stress, that I think sometimes they don't even realize is on them.
As many parents and educators across the U.S. work to bring struggling students up to speed, they are also deciding if a child should move on to the next grade. 17 states, along with Washington, D.C., have mandatory retention policies for third graders, meaning if kids don't meet reading requirements, they could be forced to repeat the grade, unless they are successfully granted an exception. Many educators say third grade is traditionally the year when students go from learning to read to reading to learn.
We know as teachers, literacy is very important, but retaining a student does not make them a better reader.
In a year of virtual learning, many parents and teachers across the country say this is actually the year where exceptions should be made.
I am hoping that our voices are heard and that we can support our students to the best of our ability and not be punitive.
In January, lawmakers in Tennessee passed a bill requiring kids that didn't meet the state standards to repeat the third grade. The Speaker of the House, Cameron Sexton, says it was time to stop socially promoting students.
It's unfair to continue to move them in grade levels and get them graduated in high school potentially and not be prepared to enter the workforce or go to college.
The Department of Education tells Fox it's providing states and districts with guidance and resources to develop effective approaches to accelerate learning, including during the summer. In New York, Laura Engel, Fox News.
Meanwhile, a former Olympian turned celebrity activist is looking for a resume update. Governor of California, Caitlyn Jenner, plans to run as a Republican while Democrat incumbent Gavin Newsom faces a likely recall. Fox News' Christina Coleman reports tonight from Santa Monica.
I'm in. California is worth fighting for. That's how reality star Caitlyn Jenner announced to her 3.5 million Twitter followers that she wants to be California's next governor. Her celebrity status, sure to bring more attention to the likely recall election. She was on Fox's The Masked Singer last month talking about living authentically.
I think it's important that you stay visible. I want to show people that even no matter who you are, what time in life you do this, that once you get through it, that there's a life at the other end.
Jenner's bid now represents the highest profile campaign by a transgender person in U.S. history, but she's not new to politics.
Hello, my fellow Republicans. Yay! It was easy to come out as trans. It was harder to come out as a Republican.
Jenner's website, Caitlyn for California, is up and running, selling merchandise from wine glasses to bumper stickers. It doesn't list her policy positions, but in a statement today, she did slam the way incumbent Governor Gavin Newsom is running the state, saying taxes are too high and the COVID lockdowns over-restrictive. A Newsom campaign spokesman said, quote, "We always knew the Republican recall would be a ludicrous circus full of Trump supporters, which only reinforces how much Californians appreciate Governor Newsom's competent, compassionate, experienced leadership during an unprecedented series of crises." Newsom also blasted Jenner for ties to people who once worked for Donald Trump. Jenner voted for Trump in 2016, but later revoked her support for him over his federal policies regarding the transgender community. The recall election is not official yet. It's expected to take place later this year. Another candidate, former San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer, expects more contenders to enter the race, but so far no Democrats have announced they're running, signaling unified support for Newsom. Reporting in Santa Monica, Christina Coleman, Fox News.
Well, the CDC votes to resume the use of Johnson & Johnson's vaccine as new COVID cases finally start dropping after weeks of increases. But health officials say we're not out of the woods just yet. Fox's David Lee Miller has more from New York.
America has a third vaccine option once again. The CDC Vaccine Advisory Committee holding an emergency meeting on Friday, voting to resume using the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. It had been put on hold in the U.S. after several women developed mysterious blood clots. But health officials say they still have confidence in Johnson & Johnson, and the one-shot option is drawing in folks who wouldn't otherwise get vaccinated.
There's plenty of people who are interested in the J&J vaccine, if just for convenience, as well as for a single-dose option.
Two-thirds of seniors in the U.S. have now been fully vaccinated, and the focus is turning toward younger Americans. Clinical trials are already underway, and some experts are predicting preteens could be eligible in just a few months.
16 and up can become vaccinated. Probably by the summer and early fall, we'll be able to vaccinate those even younger, starting from age 10 and up.
And as more Americans get their shots, case numbers are finally starting to drop. New infections fell about 10% over the past week, and deaths are on the decline as well. But public health officials are still recommending against lifting any social distancing protocols for now.
But to truly turn this pandemic around requires more than government action. It's going to require each of us to take action as well, not only to protect ourselves, but to protect other people in our lives.
And the CDC is also recommending that pregnant women get vaccinated after a new study shows no safety concerns from either Pfizer or Moderna. In New York, David Lee Miller, Fox News.
And after the U.S. CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices recommended lifting the pause on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, Maine Department of Health and Human Services Commissioner Jean Lambrew and the director of the Maine CDC, Dr. Nirav Shah, released the following statement, quote, after an 11-day pause to review the scientific information around extremely rare blood clots, an expert committee recommended that the Johnson & Johnson vaccine be reinstated for use. As a result, Maine recommends that providers resume use of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine effective immediately. Maine CDC is working with vaccine providers to support the administration of existing supplies of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine that have been held in storage since the pause. As soon as the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is available for ordering, the state will place additional orders. Some good news for the folks that were wondering about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. It is coming with a warning label that there may be a minor occurrence of blood clots, which we saw, 6 cases in the world with nearly 7 million injections. So that single dose is back on the table once again.
And that's good news for, we were having some supply issues when that stoppage occurred, so hopefully we'll see those issues alleviated, vaccinations continuing as they are and even ramping back up again, which will be good news as we try to progress towards that key word of normalcy.
Herd immunity.
Herd immunity.
Well, still to come on the Fox 22 News at 10, a viral TikTok bringing attention to a unique Maine business.
And in sports, how the Gallant family is stepping up to make a softball season possible in Levant. We'll be right back.
We know your life is busy. You have a lot to do. And like you, the news doesn't stop. So when you are ready for us, we'll be ready for you. FoxBangor.com.
What does spring mean in New England? It means getting out there, living life, and adventuring in your new Toyota. And you can save big on one at our Spring Into Action sales event. Get 0.9 for 60 on Camry, including all-wheel drive models, or get $500 bonus cash, plus 0.9 for 60 on Camry hybrid models. Both come with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. Your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Offers end May 3rd. Toyota, let's go places.
You should be impressed by the sight of your lawn. Glenburn Landscape and Supply Company invites you to come out and see our new supply center with all the equipment and materials to change the look and layout of your property for homeowners or commercial landscapers. We've got Wright and World lawnmowers, Murayama power equipment, and Wolverine hand tools. From hardscaping to hydroseeding, our crew can get it done for both the homeowner or commercial site. Glenburn Landscape and Supply Company has 20 years of experience and is your go-to company for landscaping and lawn care.
door. When it comes to repairing or replacing your windshield, Novus is the clear choice in glass repair. Locally owned and operated at 499 Hammond Street, we offer free mobile service in the greater Bangor area, as well as shuttle service during bad weather. We can come to your home, workplace, or anywhere you are. Novus is a preferred service provider by all insurance companies, and we can cover up to $100 of your insurance deductible. Whether it's repairing or replacing your windshield, door glass, mirror, or your rear window glass, you can count on Novus to be where you are when you need us the most. Call Novus today.
You can buy all the furniture and mattresses you want and get up to 60 months, no interest, no minimum, and no deposit. But equal payments are required. And if the Sox pitch a no-hitter starting August 3rd, all of the furniture and mattresses you buy will be free. That's right, free. Home or away, it doesn't matter. There have been 305 no-hitters pitched. It's all about one game. It could happen, but you gotta buy now. Don't miss it.
Loyalty Inc. has recently renovated their shop. Loyalty Inc. takes pride in having a clean, sterile, spacious environment with a relaxed and friendly atmosphere. A tattoo is a statement of who you are. Loyalty Inc. will help you express your personality and style, as custom design is their expertise. They feature great ink and quality artwork at affordable prices. Loyalty Inc. Our colors never fade.
Well, Maple Street Park and Brewer got some sprucing up today, but the effort was about more than just cleaning. Stephanie Wittenbach has the details.
The kids and adults from Down East Horizons chose this activity for the group to get out and enjoy spring.
People with disabilities are seen as people who kind of take and receive services from society, but today they're going to give back.
It makes me feel proud of cleaning up. Sometimes people with disabilities can be isolated, and opportunities to interact with other people make them more comfortable. He said activities like this build momentum for their real-world life.
They've been with us for 4 or 5 years, and every year they come out and help us clean up a park, and they've done a number of parks around the community, and we truly appreciate their help.
There wasn't a lot of trash, but leaves were raked and sticks were picked to help beautify and clear the way for lawnmowers. The adults and kids said they were having the time of their life.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Cleaning up the earth. See you when I get home. Love ya. Bye.
Well, they can teach us a lot of things about, volunteering and doing things for other people.
In Brewer, I'm Stephanie Wittenbach reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Well, the Maine Masonic Charitable Foundation is reaching out to communities statewide with a new initiative. Masons assisting communities in partnership with the 177 Masonic lodges in Maine will provide support to eligible organizations and nonprofits over the next year.
We agreed to multi-year funding so that they knew that they had a source of funding to not only start the program, but also knew that we would be with them in terms of growing it and supporting it.
One of the organizations they are working with is Maine Boys to Men. The nonprofit's mission is to end all forms of male violence and self-harm. This grant will help them with resources and expand statewide.
As a small team, we're only really able to reach thousands of boys a year. And in order to make the impact the change that we really want to make, we're seeking to reach hundreds of thousands of boys every year.
The foundation gave more than $350,000 in grants in 2020, and there is more to give this year, along with the thousands of hours of volunteer time provided by Maine Masons. Sachi says that nonprofits can reach out to their nearby Masonic lodge for volunteers and for support.
Well, one local business is getting a big boost from a TikToker far across the pond. Melissa Falcone has more.
Box of Maine ships packages with locally made products from Moxie to whoopie pies all around the state, and they are now shipping them all around the world. Finnemore says a recent viral TikTok video has given his business a boost.
I realized, this is a great idea. This is a great thing that Maine is unique. There's certain things here in Maine that you can't find and you can't get in other places.
Viral TikTok influencer from the UK is no stranger to these delectable Maine favorites.
So today I received another really awesome package, and that is this. So this is from the company Box of Maine, and there's basically just loads of different snacks from the state of Maine in America. So I'm going to unbox it, try the different snacks, and see what I think. There is literally so many different goodies, so I'm going to do this video in 2 parts, but let's get trying. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this whoopie pie. It literally looks like a chocolate burger, but it looks so good. Let's try.
Finnemore says this has brought in many more orders worldwide from the Netherlands and Canada after the video went viral.
Out there and grow, and that's what happened, is it started to grow.
Right now I'm here at the Box of Maine in Old Town, where they're packaging their signature locally made products to be sent out for shipment, and I'm going to try Moxie for the first time. Not bad. Reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22, I'm Melissa Falcone.
I wonder if they put a copy like the buy, swap, and sell guide in there that everybody goes looking for. I mean, these are main things. It doesn't have to be just treats. But I did like the way she said it looks like a chocolate burger.
Yeah. I mean, chocolate cake and burgers are 2 of my favorite things, so I'm actually kind of fine with that assessment. The question is, though, where do you come down on Moxie? I haven't tried it yet.
You have not tried Moxie?
I have not tried Moxie in all the years I've been in this beloved state. I've yet to try it.
In my years in radio, we had a couple that would go to Arizona every year, and their first stop when they came back was at a store with a bottle of Moxie for the morning show because they knew we adored it so much. Well, when it was sold out of the state of Maine and bought by Coca-Cola, they actually reformulated it a little bit to make it more appealing to the masses, I should say.
So is trying it now kind of pointless because it's not the original formula?
No, you might actually enjoy it. It is a rough thing to stop. I mean, that could do anything. That could lube your car. That could take rust off doorknobs. You name it, Moxie could do it. It's wicked sharp stuff, dear. Yes, sir.
I got nothing. Do you want to take us to the break?
Yeah, no, we'll go to weather. Jeff's going to let us know about a gorgeous Saturday in store. Jeff?
If you like today, you're going to love tomorrow. Temperatures back up in the 60s. A couple of you could touch 70 for one day only, and then cooler temperatures and rain showers are back in the forecast. Those details when I come back.
Sometimes technology can be a tangled mess, but not in the all-new Hyundai Elantra. It offers completely wireless Apple CarPlay, which means the Elantra will never tie you down. The office? Hey, Abby. That's another story. The Hyundai Elantra, named 2021 North American Car of the Year.
Get an Elantra for 0% APR for 60 months, plus $500 bonus cash and no payments for 90 days. Visit your local Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Welcome to the Taco Shack, Western Avenue in Newburgh. Mexican entrees achieving that elusive cuisine, defining balance of sweet, salty, and spicy. Even desserts. Open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Sunday. You owe it to yourself to visit us. Call 947-TACO.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Hewitt Lift and Rolodoc creates
the strongest, simplest, and most reliable dock system.
With one simple goal:
to get you on the lake
faster and easier than anyone else.
Because at Hewitt, we build stronger.
After 40 years of quality building, we get it.
Hewitt family builds for your family.
For your family.
For your family.
Stand on the solid foundation of the Hewitt family.
Docks, pontoon legs, and boat lifts.
You work hard, play harder. You deserve a Hewitt.
Download the new Fox Bangor app from the App Store or Google Play and get your news anytime, anywhere.
Bless the Hearts is coming in hot.
I am Jenny Hart, and this is Hot Tub Water Ski.
Sundays on Fox.
This is MasterChef Legends.
MasterChef is back.
We are bringing in legendary guests. It's going to be super tough.
MasterChef Legends premieres June 2nd on Fox.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought by Barney Ford, the nice car and truck people. And all right, so who is ready for some warmer temperatures and lots of sunshine. I see lots of hands out there right now. Me too. That's tomorrow, followed by some more rain showers getting in here on Sunday. But today it was comfortably cool, 50s across much of the area, 52 Millinock, 54 for Bar Harbor. So we'll take it, but tomorrow's even better with lots of sunshine and temperatures back up in the 60s because the clouds are pulling out of here right now. See you later behind it. Nothing but clear skies moving in for us tonight and throughout the day tomorrow before our next system gets in here tomorrow night and brings us some rain showers on Sunday. But all the moisture kind of washed the pollen out of the air for now. So the tree, grass, weed, and mold are all in the very, very low category currently. But watch the tree and the grass pollen now take off quickly as we get into the later portions of April now. All right, so here we go. The big picture shows a front to the west of us. So that's going to be our next weather maker. It's going to combine with this system here and one of those slow-moving wet systems again. It's going to bring us some rainfall Sunday into probably early parts of Monday morning. But until then, this high pressure is in charge. High pressure, sinking air, good weather. We'll take it. That's our day for tomorrow. But really, for one day only, we have great weather on the way, followed by some rain showers on Sunday. Futurecast shows a couple of clouds out there tonight. Not really a big deal at all. And we'll call it partly cloudy skies again for us tomorrow, with temperatures getting a boost with south breeze tomorrow, up in the 60s for sure. And already still some watches out there, advisories, coastal flood areas here. We could see wave heights near 12 feet with some offshore breezes there tomorrow. So get ready for that if you're hitting the seas. But going forward for us, though, sunny Saturday. That's our forecast for tomorrow. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures back up in the 60s. A wet Sunday. We could see a half-inch or so of rainfall again on Sunday, followed by warmer temperatures after Monday. Not a heat wave, but temperatures most likely in the 60s through a lot of next week. Our forecast, though, for tonight, though, is lots of clear skies out there. Low temperatures down near 40. That's comfortable with a west breeze around 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, let's just take this in, right? Lots of sunshine. Highs near 68. A couple of you could do 70 tomorrow. But it's going to be a bit breezy. That west wind could gust near 30 tomorrow, making that feel a bit cooler. But it's going to be a lovely day tomorrow. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast brought to you by Varney Ford shows, 56 and some rain showers on Sunday. Monday, 55. But look at warmer temperatures getting here Tuesday into Wednesday of next week. Beth?
All right, Jeff, thanks so much. And Dave Peck is in the house next with sports. Stay with us.
Your adventure at UMaine starts here.
Set your course by the stars, not the light of other ships.
I will chart my course with the world's largest 3D printer.
My journey strengthens my mind and my body.
Every adventure needs a co-pilot.
Today I'll create my own hurricane.
My business adventure begins here.
My journey will save your life.
At Bouchard Cleaning, rebuilding and restoring means more than just another job. To us, it's about bringing back cherished memories, restoring unforgettable moments in time, and giving hope when all was thought to be lost. For over 35 years, our mission has remained the same. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Did you know that Geico's whole 15 minutes thing, that came from me? Really? My first idea was, in 1/4 of an hour, your savings will tower. Over you, figuratively speaking. But that's not catchy, is it? That's not going to swim about in your brain. So I thought, what about 15 minutes, 15%? Serendipity.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Did you know there's been 305 no-hitters pitched in baseball, and the Red Sox have pitched 18? Well, right now, buy all the furniture and mattresses you want, one piece or an entire house. And if the Sox pitch a no-hitter starting August 3rd, all of your furniture will be free. And you still get 60 months, no interest, no minimum, and no deposit. But equal payments are required. You've heard there's no crying in baseball, right? Well, you'll be crying if you didn't buy and they throw a no-hitter.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by State Street Optics, serving friends from Jackman to Eastport for over 30 years. State Street Optics, where vision meets style and function.
Welcome back. Well, after a year of limited play, the spring season is going to be a welcome return to the Diamond, especially for more than 20 girls in Levant who almost went without a softball coach until the Gallant family stepped in. John Wagner has more.
My wife literally looked at me and said, there's no way we're going to allow 20 girls to not have a season. And I said, what are you talking about? And she said, we're coaching.
Sometimes a wife will ask her husband to pick up dinner. Other times, it's mowing the lawn.
1, 2, 3,
In the Gallant household, they don't need a honey-do list to sign up to coach 21 8 to 10-year-olds.
I wish we had 40.
On a rec softball team.
We'll make our schedules work. We'll figure it out. If I got to be here and my wife has to go to the oldest game or vice versa, we'll make it work.
Coaching by committee will be the plan for the Gallant family.
Shout out to my wife and my oldest daughter.
As they step in to lead the Levant Miners softball team after weeks went by without anyone able to commit full-time to coaching the girls.
I mean, we've been all cooped up for a year, not doing anything, and we finally get outdoors and enjoy each other and enjoy the game.
Mom, dad, and oldest daughter all teaching the game to a new generation of future softball players. And that includes their youngest, 7-year-old
MYRA is my first name.
Myra, playing up with her family.
Well, it's fun, but sometimes he can get a little mean. But it's nice to have a coach.
I'm freezing too, I get it.
The Tay Road fields on a blustery afternoon are a far cry from Pottle Field on a Friday night in the fall, where Kyle roams the sidelines as the Herman football coach.
This was Intro to Softball 101 week.
But he says teaching the fundamentals of softball is much more enjoyable work.
To me, it's actually a lot more fun when you're down to basics because you get that pleasure of, hey, that girl finally figured it out.
Even if no one perfects the slide or how to judge a strike or a ball this season,
no, yes.
As long as the girls walk away with a love for the game, the Gallants can call it a win.
I don't care if they enjoy that they get to come and put a glove on or they get to come and hang out with their friends. If we can make them enjoy it now and be able to take away that the game of softball means fun, they'll stick with it.
Reporting in Levant, John Wagner, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Well, that story was just a delight. Thank you, John, for that. It makes our transition easy because we're going to talk some high school softball now. Orono hosting Washington Academy on Friday afternoon. Nice day, windy day, though. That became a little bit of a factor. We'll start in the third. Orono up 2-0. Ellie Pierce adds to it right down the line. That scores Lauren Brown. Then later in the inning, Abby Deshane. Little pop-up here. We call that the Bermuda Triangle, and it finds a hole. RBI single, scores Pierce. Red Riots go up 4-0. Now in the fourth, same score. It's Deshane again, this time out to center field, and that is ruled a hit. 2 runs would score. Orono would go on to win it 9-0, your final. So let's go to the baseball diamond now. There are some who've been saying Ellsworth and Old Town could be a Class B matchup to watch late in the season. But for now, those teams squared off for just a mid-April meeting. Eagles hosting the Coyotes. Let's start in the third. Old Town up 2-0. But how about the pitching from Gabe Gifford? Breaking ball freezes Brody Mercier, then gets Mike Palmer looking and finishes the inning with a swing and a miss. Gifford strikes out the side. He'd do that in the fourth as well, but he'd need a little bit of offense, so we'll go to the fifth. Noah Thibodeau on third, taking the lead off from there. Pitch from Palmer gets loose. It goes all the way to the backstop. Thibodeau scores to make it 3-0. And then later in the inning, Peyton Vose finds a hole here on the right side of the infield. Tanner Evans would score. Old Town goes on to win it 8-2. Now let's head right over to a lively Mansfield Stadium now where Bangor hosted Messalonski. Early trouble for the Rams. Smooth stroke from Jacob Love. Finds some green. Garrett Card scores to give the Eagles a 4-0 lead in the first inning. Then later in the inning, James Smith lifts one to center. A.J. Lozano has a beat on it but can't convert on the dive. Love scores to make it 5-0 Bangor. In the bottom of the first would answer on an infield single from Ryan Howard. And look at him, trucking down the line, beats the throw from Mitchell Grant. Keegan Sear scores, but then it was Messalonski's Andrew Mayo settling in, strikes out the side in the second. Eagles go on to fly away with this one, 12-3, your final. Alrighty, that's sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Brandon here, co-owner at Brewer IGA, located at 87 South Main Street. We are 100% family owned and operated. Stop on by or check us out on Facebook. Brewer IGA, a small store that offers more.
Life. It's changed. It's not business as usual. Healthy air quality, safe environments, and properly working equipment are more critical than ever. Our goal has always been the comfort, safety, and security of building occupants for all types of organizations and facilities. We're all in this together, and at Mechanical Services and Main Controls, we're here to help keep your buildings safe.
Check one, check two, check out Tossie's Checkout Convenience Store. Need a cup of hot coffee to start your day?
Check us out.
How about a sweet treat after a long day?
Check us out.
We're a gas station and convenience store in Glenburn where you can fill up your tank with quality gasoline and grab a last-minute lunch all in one trip.
Check us out.
When you visit us, you'll always be greeted with smiling faces and the smell of delicious pizza. Stop by Tossie's Checkout Convenience Store and gas station today, where our family is here to serve yours.
Check us out.
In the last year since the beginning of the pandemic, many things have changed. At Fuller Chevrolet GMC, one thing that didn't need to be changed was our one-person sales approach. When you start working with either Kevin, Sean, Rob, or Brian, you finish with them. We don't have closers, and we don't have high pressure. Finally, we have both new and used inventory in stock and available at FullerAutomall.com. Log in and see the large selection of clean, mostly one-owner, GM-certified used vehicles. Much has changed, but at Fuller Chevrolet GMC, we are still doing it right.
Furniture, mattresses, and more, Bangor Mall is packed full of brand new furniture just waiting for you to take home today. Living rooms, dining rooms, and bedrooms all in stock with the best prices in town. This is the Bangor region's most well-stocked furniture store with 0% financing and 30% off all locally handcrafted goods right now. And Furniture, Mattresses, and More is now your flooring destination with wholesale pricing on tile and hardwood that even beats the big box stores. Furniture, Mattresses, and More. Don't wait for the factory. Take it home today.
Have you ever thought about the value of a college degree and what it could offer? Well, we have. Or maybe you're thinking about going back to college here in Maine, but are concerned about affordability. Well, the University of Maine system has affordable solutions to help you graduate. So if you're looking to finally earn your degree and graduate to a better life, visit learn.maine.edu and speak with one of our success coaches today.
Bigger challenges, more insane builds, and a competition like no other. Lego Masters Season 2 premieres June 1st on Fox.
And finally tonight, you've heard the saying, you've got to be in it to win it. Well, this spirited pup wasn't content sitting on the sidelines watching runners go by. Oh no. In this video captured by Flow Sports, she's seen jumping into the competition during a girls' high school track relay race in Utah. On the last leg of the relay, the dog named Holly goes neck and neck with the first place runner as the two sprinted out towards the finish line. But the wayward pup tried to play a little dirty there, nearly tripping her competitor at the finish line. Not clear if the dog came home with a medal or not. Certainly got the attention.
Bottle of water would do that dog just fine. What a race!
Couple cookies.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a quick pup.
Maybe a cookie, like a medal-shaped cookie.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, that is all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so very much for joining us. Have a great weekend.
Good night, everybody.